Hello Internetians, my name is Josh aka Ultra Player, and I'm sick as all hell. So, there's that. So, fair warning before you judge my commentary or anything I say, or my forgetfulness. I think you can see it. Jesus Christ, I'm pale as all hell. Anyway, yeah, I'm super sick, so that's banging. But this was probably the best time I had to record the Teambuilder. Like, I'm not too sick that I can't record a Teambuilder, but I may forget some things. Second, welcome to the NPAAA. Did I say 3 A's? Okay, great. AKA the NPA Minors League. This is going to be our Week 1 Teambuilder versus Pro Sneasel and the Missouri Mudsdales. Link to her Twitter, I believe, is in the description. I don't believe she has a YouTube or anything. So, she has a spoopy, scary team. Now, I did say that I think I might have said, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm getting graphics for this league, like really cool graphics, but unfortunately they are not complete yet as of recording this video, and my battle is tomorrow, and I still don't think they're going to be complete. So, until then, I'm going to just freehand it, or I'm just going to, not freehand it, but I'm just going to go without a layout. Maybe for the battle, I will use this special layout I have on file from Flame Horizon. If anything else. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Our first team builder. I am super hyped. If you are super hyped, go ahead and drop a like below. I am super, super ready for this freaking league to start. It has been hyped up for almost a month now. So yeah, let's get into our team. She doesn't make a Heracross. Ridiculously high attack stat, decent speed, and very, very good bulk. This thing is a monster to any and every team in the league. And every league, to be honest. Very much expect this thing to come. Very much expect this thing to be carrying 4 moves, maybe sub. Just full screened OBS by mistake. Just full screened everything. God. Top of Finny. Water fairy type, no recovery outside of leftovers. Okay, fast-ish thing. And it could very well come because I have stuff like Dragonite and Buzzwole. Ferrothorn. Grass Steel type. Very much expect this thing to come as it handles my Mega Mawile pretty well, as well as my Greninja, Snorlax, potentially my Cryogonal, even my Rhydon, Electrode. Basically half my team. So that's fun. Hazards are annoying as hell for this team. So great. Definitely seeing that thing bringing Stealth Rocks. Haxorus. Dragon Dance, or potential Dragon Dance Sweeper, as well as a Swords Dance Sweeper. Could be a Choice Band or Choice Scarf or Assault Vest if it really wants to. For Greninja if he's that worried. If she's that worried about it. Potential for this thing to come. My top 6 I'll go over that in a second. I am sorry for my commentary. I know my commentary is already horrible, but I am super sick. Staraptor, stupid strong, crazy wall breaker, destroys almost every team it comes across. However, we do probably have one of the best teams for it, with stuff like Rhydon, Necrozma, not Necrozma, because Necrozma can't take Choice Band hits, but Rhydon, Mega Mawile, even to an extent, can handle it. So I don't really expect that to come. She does have a Jolteon. Definitely expect this thing to come in that last slot, in all honesty. That or Haxorus. God. Volt Switch, Hidden Power something, Thunderbolt, and probably Hidden Power Ice, to be honest. Maybe Signal Beam for my Necrozma. Lightning Rock Day. Do not expect this thing to come. Not whatsoever. I have a Rhydon which hardwalls it forever. I have a Buzzwole which takes it on very well. I have a Necrozma which takes it on very well. If it does come, I do expect it to be more of a lead for Stealth Rocking, which means spikes are going to be on Ferrothorn, which would be a threat. She has an Umbreon. Definitely expect this thing to come. It's her best way to handle stuff like my Venusaur, stuff like my Necrozma, which just destroys her otherwise. My Greninja, my Dragonite to an extent. My Cryogonal, my Torkoal, potentially my Rhydon, even my Electrode, walls almost everything on my team. But I am ready for that. I have plans specifically for that. She has a Delphox, which can be a gigantic threat. I'm sorry if you hear that dog out there. My neighbor's got a dog and my window is wide open. So if you hear that dog, I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry for everything on this video. I'm sorry. Delphox, very fast. Outspeeds most of my team, except for 3. And, yeah, spoopy scary. I do have Necrozma, which can kind of take hits from it. I have Greninja, which can switch on it, both of its dual stabs. I have Torkoal, which can kind of switch in on it. Rhydon can kind of switch on it other than like a grass type move. She has a Toxicroak. Do not expect this thing to come whatsoever. The Necrozma stops it. Buzzwole stops it. Needs Vacuum Leap to hurt Greninja. Otherwise, I just outspeed it and hit it with a extra sensory. Claydol is her last mon. This thing could come if she's really super scared of hazards and doesn't want defog on Tapu Fini. However, I don't expect it. The 6 I do expect her to bring are Mega Heracross, Tapu Fini, Ferrothorn, Umbreon. Just kidding. I didn't expect Jolteon or Haxorus. I expected both Jolteon and Haxorus. The full team that I expect is bulky 4 attacks and or sub 3 attacks Mega Heracross, a Defogging Tapu Fini, an Aquaberry Ferrothorn, a Spadef Umbreon, a Specs or Life Orb Jolteon, and a DD or Scarfed Haxorus. So, with that out of the way, let's finally get to our first team, shall we? If you do not know what our team is, it is the Mega Mawile, the Dragonite, the Necrozma, the Greninja, Snorlax, Buzzwole, Cryogonal, Torkoal, Venusaur, Rhydon, and Electrode. Let's get into our teams, shall we? Now, I did have 2 drafts for this team, but I'm only going to be showing, obviously, the one in case I had to face her later. The other draft does very well against her. We have our Mega Mawile with Substitute, Play Rough, Fire Fang, and Sucker Punch, Intimidate before we Mega Evolve, so we can potentially lower the attack of something that comes in. We are doing all this at level 50, by the way. So, I have 252 HP, 156 in attack, 60 in defense with an Impish Nature, 20 in Spadef, and 20 in speed. Very crazy EV spread, however, this does a lot, and a lot. So, the speed is just there, so I can potentially out-speed create something that's trying to speed create me, such as maybe Ferrothorn, which is basically the only thing, because I don't want to take a Leech Seed before I potentially put up a sub on that. The defense and the HP is going to allow me to not have my sub broken by any variant of Ferrothorn without attack investment. Uninvested Gyro Ball does not break my sub. Uninvested Iron Head does not break my sub. Uninvested Bulldoze does not break my sub. The Spadef is going to allow me to make sure that a Umbreon with a hidden power super effective against me, so ground or fire, will not break my sub as well. Foul Play, if she gets 2 min rolls, doesn't break my sub with 2, so that's great. So basically the idea of this set is to get in on Ferrothorn or Umbreon safely, or Tapu Fini if Tapu Fini does not have Nature's Madness or Surf or Scald or Hydro Pump or whatever. Do expect that, however, if for any reason she does not bring any of those moves on Tapu Fini, I can put up a sub on that as well. I can scare out a lot of mons. Like, I do have Sucker Punch, so I can potentially scare out Delphox and use that as a free sub. So, what this does is it's basically going to destroy her entire team. If I can weaken the Ferrothorn or pop the Aquaberry, which I'm very positive is going to come, then Mega Mawile can basically get 2 kills every time it gets in on Umbreon or Ferrothorn safely. I sub up, don't have my sub broken, attack. If she's Foul Play with Umbreon, then she can potentially 2-KO my sub, and she does outspeed me. Kill what's in front of me, being the Umbreon or Ferrothorn with Play Rough and Fire Fang respectively, depending on investment and items on both. And then whatever comes in next is going to have to break my sub and take another hit. Potentially going to be that Mega Heracross, which I would love to get a Play Rough off on. Haxorus could also break the sub, but does not want to take a Play Rough. Tapu Fini could break the sub, does not want to take 2 Play Roughs, etc. So basically I get 2 kills every time I come in. And this is basically going to make her feel like Umbreon, specifically, because I can come in, almost directly come in on that safely, is a gigantic liability for her. So that she'll potentially sack it off, so that mons later down the road can win. So that is going to be Mawile. Completely destroys her. 100%. Fantastic. I do expect her to bring almost every single mon able to outspeed that. So, like, Tapu Fini is going to have enough speed to outspeed a Max Jolly, Mawile, Heracross more likely, Toxicroak, Lycanroc, everything but potentially the Umbreon and Ferrothorn. So that's great. So the next one we're going to be bringing is going to be our Torkoal. Torkoal is bringing Leftovers, Drought, Lava Plume, Solar Beam, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock. I really like having Rapid Spin support on this team just because she does have the Ferrothorn and the Lycanroc for hazards and potentially can hazard stack me, as well as Claydol. So she can potentially hazard stack me, get up a bunch of spikes, which would be annoying, so I do want to be able to get rid of those. Lava Plume is going to do a lot of damage to almost everything, and Solar Beam is going to be there specifically for the Tapu Fini, as well as potentially the Claydol, should I think, or Lycanroc. I think those are the better moves to go for. Lava Plume also destroys Heracross. If she is not running Rock Blast, I do take any hit, and I can Lava Plume that. Stealth Rock is very nice against her team. It is going to do 25% to the Staraptor, to the Delphox, and 12% to almost everything else bar the Toxicroak and the Ferrothorn and the Claydol. Whoops. Okay, so like half the team. I want as much physical defense as possible because I don't really need to run any speed. I have 20 speed, and I'm already going to outspeed Ferrothorn, unless she's running a lot of speed. So that's good. I just want 12 speed so I can outspeed a no speed 31 IV Ferrothorn. So this is going to be here mainly to spin, potentially be able to switch in on something like a Toxicroak should I need it, or an Umbreon should I need it. And most of all, it's here to set up the sun so that I can get in my Venusaur. Venusaur is rocking Growth, Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, and Hidden Power Fire. So why Hidden Power Fire over Weather Ball? Some people might be asking, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. I have Gracium Z, Chlorophyll, and 248 special attack with a modest nature, 232 speed, and 28 HP. So, why HP Fire? Should I not be under Sun, then Ferrothorn would be an amazing switch into this as Weather Ball's not there. HP Fire will pop the Occaberry that I very well expect to come, opening the door from Mawile to potentially destroy that, as well as something else, potentially even the Umbreon. So that's why I have that. I do not want to be limited. I do not want to be walled by Ferrothorn when Sun is not up, so I can just go for Hidden Power Fire and pop that Occaberry. Solar Beam destroys him. Her. I have not faced a female opponent in the league history since NPTL Season 1 Week 2. Which was one of my first leagues. So forgive me for saying him and he, and yeah. Pro Sneasel, Liz, is a girl. So, shout out to me. So I have Growth there. I understand if I can force something out, I can just easily get the Growth, get the +2. And +2 Bloom Doom, which is why I have the Gracium Z, will OHKO almost any variant of Umbreon. Except for Max Spadef. Max Spadef, I believe, needs just a little bit of chip damage. If I can kill that, opens the door for Necrozma. Basically, this whole team is made so Necrozma can sweep. I have enough speed so that at +2 I outspeed. Wow. So I have enough speed. I told you I would forget something. I believe it lets me outspeed a Scarf Delphox. That's what I'm going to go with. And editing me will probably correct that if it's wrong, or verify that if it's wrong on screen. Which also lets me afford to run Modest. I do have to run 248 special attacks, not 252 because of Hidden Power Fire, and the rest was thrown into HP to potentially let me take one hit better. So, Venusaur destroys her, absolutely. Hidden Power Fire is really good for that Mega Heracross too. So, like I said, this whole team is made so Necrozma can sweep. We have a Mental Herb, Necrozma with Prism Armor, of course. Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Stored Power, and Moonlight with physically defensive spread. I can run a lot of speed if I want to outspeed stuff like Tapu Fini. Pretty sure Tapu Fini is going to be running a lot of speed. Potentially even max speed to outspeed me. So, I didn't really find any reason to run max speed, or a lot of speed, should I say. If she's no speed Heracross, I'm going to outspeed that anyway. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was one mechanic I did want to check, because I did think about a red card Necrozma, so that on the first hit of Pin Missile from Mega Heracross, I'd be able to force that thing out. However, that's not how it works. Red card will affect after the 5th hit. So, we're going to keep Mental Herb so I can not be taunted once by the Tapu Fini. Setting up will be somewhat easy, depending on what I set up on. Toxicroak is easy setup fodder, Lycanroc, potentially Staraptor if it's not Choice Banded, or if it's Choice Banded into something like Close Combat. Claydol, Delphox potentially, Haxorus potentially, Ferrothorn, Jolteon. Basically anything is setup fodder. I do expect her to go to Tapu Fini, should I be able to get up one boost, and she'll taunt me, and I'll be able to get up another boost. So I can potentially have +2 defense, +1 special attack, and +1 speed, or +1 special defense, which will give me a 100 base power, stored power, which is basically all I need to rip through her team. It'll be able to, like, I believe 3-hit KO Tapu Fini, I'm not sure. And once that goes down, she can't taunt me anymore. I will be able to set up even more and just rip through her team. That is phenomenal. Necrozma, being able to put in what it does best. Hopefully I will not get toxic. I will be scouting for Toxic, so I do believe Toxic will come on in the Umbreon, if anything, potentially even the Ferrothorn, so I will watch out for that. Next one we have is going to be our Buzzwole, Cobra Berry, Beast Boost, Toxic Roost, Leech Life, and Ice Punch. Okay, so this set is made to switch in on the Mega Heracross. Because I don't have any way to handle the Mega Heracross. I can take Rock Blast very kind of comfortably. But the one attack I can't really take is an Aerial Ace, so I do have the Cobra Berry, so I will be able to take that. I can switch in on any hit, Toxic it before it sets a sub, and just start pounding away at it with, like, Ice Punch. It will not be doing a lot of damage, but it will put it in range so something else can come in and kill it, such as potentially my Necrozma or my Pletolotopus. Actually, do I expect max speed Heracross? I do not. I'll be able to outspeed a max speed Adamant Heracross with this, so that might be what it was. However, I will be able to weaken it, so this can pick it off with HP Fire, or I can pick it off with basically anything on my team. I have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jolly Mega Heracross. So that's very nice. I can also handle the Toxicroak to an extent as long as it's not a special variant. I can handle Haxorus to an extent with Ice Punch. I do have Ice Punch over any other move because it does provide me the best neutral coverage against stuff like Staraptor and Haxorus, as well as that is it. I wanted Return, but I'd much rather have the immediate damage output so I do not become too weak to Haxorus or Staraptor. Toxicing that Mega Heracross is going to be really nice so she can't sub up on anything, or she can't Swords Dance sweep me easily. So yeah, I am bringing a rather slow team. This team is rather slow, so. But I think it'll put in work. We do have our one last mon that is going to be our Rhydon OG, Eviolite, Lightning Rod, Rock Polish, Swords Dance, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. She does have the Claydol, which could be a way to handle this mon, which is the only reason I really expect her to bring it. However, without that Claydol, she does not like dual dance Rhydon. Rhydon at +2 can outspeed everything, including a Jolteon, at max speed. And after 2, I outspeed everything, even Scarfers. Or at +4. However, I don't think I'll be going for that. Any Scarfer that I expect her to bring doesn't really do too much to Rhydon. I can take 1 HP Grass from the Delphox, I believe. Should that be Scarfed. So yeah, destroys her. If I can weaken everything, this can come in late game, just Rock Polish up and sweep. If all is left is her Bulkymon, such as Tapu Fini, such as, well, not Tapu Fini because she'll outspeed me, but stuff like Umbreon and Ferrothorn, I can just rock or Swords Dance up and wreak havoc. So that is going to be the team. Overall, I think it's very well. I did have another draft of this team, which is more centered around Mawile. However, I do believe this is probably the best team we could bring. The front office did agree with that. I'm bringing a lot of bulk, a lot of physical bulk. Her special attackers are very limited. Delphox is there, however, I do have stuff like the Rhydon, stuff like the Necrozma to kind of handle that. And Jolteon, however, I do have Rhydon for that. As well as the Venusaur. So, with that, I hope everyone enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow for the battle. And, yeah. Shout out to me for being sick.